I never imagined I'd find myself back in my old hometown. Life has a way of circling back, of dragging you to places you thought you'd escaped. We moved here for the quiet life, for our daughter to grow up in a safe neighborhood. But there are ghosts here, shadows of the past that refuse to fade. The house next door had been empty for years. When a moving truck appeared, I didn't think much of it. People come and go, life moves on. But then I saw her, Alyssa, the girl who had had a huge crush on me in high school, the girl who had died in a car accident during senior year. It couldn't be her, of course. This woman had a different name and hair color, but those eyes. I'd never forget those eyes. During the day, she was normal, friendly even. She introduced herself as Lisa, a pleasant smile never leaving her face. But at night, everything changed. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, feeling uneasy. Peering through the blinds, I'd see her standing in her window, staring directly at our house, her eyes fixated on my bedroom. I tried to tell my wife, Sarah. She laughed it off at first, calling it an overactive imagination.
You're just stressed,
she said. But as the nights went on, I saw Lisa, more often. She never moved, never blinked, just stared with those dead, unblinking eyes. I went to the police, but they thought I was crazy.
Your neighbor hasn't done anything wrong,
they said.
We can't arrest someone for looking out their window.
I even tried to confront her, to ask why she was watching us. But she'd just smile that same empty smile and deny everything. One night, I woke to a sound, a creaking floorboard, the kind that groans under the weight of something or someone. I reached over to wake Sarah, but she wasn't there. Panic set in as I rushed downstairs. The living room was empty, but the front door was slightly ajar. I stepped outside, the cool night air biting my skin. And there she was. Lisa was just standing at the edge of our yard, still as a statue. Sarah was beside her, eyes wide and vacant, as if in a trance. I shouted her name, but she didn't respond. Lisa turned her head slowly, her eyes locking onto mine, and she whispered something to Sarah. My wife turned, walking back toward the house, her movements stiff and unnatural. Sarah, what are you doing? I called out, my voice trembling. She didn't answer, just walked past me and into the house. I followed her, heart pounding in my chest. She went upstairs, back to our bedroom, and lay down as if nothing had happened. I just stood there, helpless, as Lisa's voice echoed in my mind.
She belongs to me now,
it whispered, cold and final. The next morning, Sarah remembered nothing. She laughed off my concern, but her eyes, something was different. Every night, the staring continued, but now Sarah would join her at the window. They'd stand there side by side, two shadows against the moonlight. I was alone in my own home, trapped in a nightmare no one else could see. And then, one night, Sarah didn't come back inside. I searched for her, calling her name until my throat was raw, but she was gone. The police found no trace, and I was left with nothing but the image of her and Lisa, side by side, staring into the darkness. Now, I sit by the window every night, waiting, watching, hoping that somehow this nightmare will end. But deep down, I know the truth. Alyssa, Lisa, whatever her name is, has taken everything from me. And I'm next.